Wind chills in Alaska just hit 70 degrees below zero. That's colder than the average surface temperature on Mars, and that Arctic air is headed our way. Meanwhile, this weekend's storm has two completely different personalities: tornadoes and 60 miles per hour winds for the south, up to 20 inches of snow for the east. And here's what nobody expected February to do. Next Wednesday, Dallas hits 77 degrees, while Buffalo gets buried under 14 inches of lake effect snow. After what's been a pretty quiet week, I mean, how many of you actually checked your weather app recently? The pattern is about to flip completely upside down. We've got a two-sided storm system rolling in like a coin. Rain on one side and severe weather on the other. This is not a drill, folks. The atmosphere is waking up, and Valentine's Day weekend is about to get very interesting very fast. Drop your city in the comments right now. I want to know where you're watching from and whether you're rooting for snow, warmth, or just dry weather. And if you've got family anywhere from Texas to Maine, share this with them, because this storm affects half the country. Stick with me through the entire breakdown, because at the end, I've got a bold prediction about a false spring that could fool millions of people. All right, let me set the stage here, because understanding why this pattern is so unusual explains everything that's about to happen. We've got a classic back and forth setup right now, with a southeast ridge warming us up between these larger Arctic blasts. And when you have two completely different air masses battling each other, that's when you get the strongest storms along the boundaries. Think of it like two heavyweight boxers going at it in the ring, and we're standing right in the middle where all the punches land. That's where you get tornadoes, blizzards, and flooding, right there in that collision zone between warm and cold. Right now, there's energy moving ashore out west, a very strong trough digging off the coast of California. And check out this atmospheric river, basically a fire hose of moisture from the Pacific aimed straight at the mountains. When that fire hose hits cold mountain air, we're talking feet of snow, not inches, and monstrous amounts at that. The European model is showing huge totals for the mountainous west. We're talking in feet, not inches, for the Sierra Nevada. And here's why that matters beyond skiing. California desperately needs this moisture after the drought situation we've been tracking. Now here's the drought update that came out today, and folks, it was not good news for a lot of you. The Western Carolinas are under severe drought, that red color on the map, and Florida and South Georgia are in extreme drought territory. That means wildfire risk is elevated. Brush fires can get out of hand very quickly in these bone-dry conditions. So please avoid any kind of bonfires this Friday and Saturday before the rain gets here, as tempting as it might be with this weather. The good news is this storm system is going to bring much needed rain to drought areas, and I mean desperately needed. We're looking at a solid 1 to 2 inches across the upstate, with some areas getting closer to 3 inches into heavier bands. That's exactly what the doctor ordered for the drought, but it also means flooding concerns if it falls too fast, too quickly. Now let me break down the severe weather timeline, because this is where Valentine's Day plans could genuinely get interrupted. Tomorrow, Friday the 14th, severe weather kicks off across western Texas by afternoon, Lubbock, Midland, up through Wichita Falls. The Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk from Fort Stockton up past Abilene to Childress. In Oklahoma City, you're included too. And here's something that tells you how rare this is. Storm chasers are actually driving hundreds of miles to the middle of nowhere in Texas tomorrow. When the professionals are that excited about a weather event, that tells you just how long it's been since we've had real severe weather action. We're talking gusty winds up to 60 miles per hour, quarter-size hail, and an isolated tornado threat, though the tornado risk is low for Friday. Saturday, Valentine's Day itself, is when the severe threat ramps up and shifts further east into the deep south. The marginal risk extends from Oklahoma City down to Shreveport and Baton Rouge, over to Houston, San Antonio, and Austin. And here's something interesting. If you look at the severe weather outlook map, it almost looks like a heart stretching from Texas to Louisiana. Nature's Valentine's Day card, though not exactly the kind of love you want showing up at your door. Now let me explain the setup in terms everyone can understand, because the technical stuff actually matters here. We need warmth for severe weather, and we've definitely got that, with 70s from East Texas to Louisiana to southern Arkansas on Saturday. The storm fuel is building from the south. The European model shows around 600 to 700 joules of CAPE moving into Birmingham. In plain English, That's wintertime levels of instability. Enough for some strong storms, but not the crazy June-level severe weather. It's what we call a low cape, high shear environment. You've got the low pressure spinning things up even with limited instability. And here's what really concerns me. As this system moves into Sunday, the severe threat shifts to Mississippi and Alabama. We could see some overnight thunder happening Saturday into Sunday across Birmingham South, specifically between midnight and 6 a.m. That's the danger window right there, because people are in their deepest sleep exactly when these storms roll through. Overnight severe weather is the most dangerous kind, and that timing is exactly why I'm being so direct about this. And you have a way to get alerts that will wake you up at 2 a.m. if a tornado warning is issued, because that could save your life. Let me know your plan in the comments. I genuinely want to know that you're prepared for this weekend. Now let me cover the snow side of this two-sided storm, because the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic have their own story developing. The European model is now showing Mid-Atlantic snowfall that wasn't there yesterday. And this trend in a snowier direction is significant. Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, D.C., New Jersey, maybe even northern Delaware could see snow between Sunday and Monday. We're looking at potentially 2 to 4 inches of snowfall if this solution verifies, though the models are still working out the details. But here's the thing, this trend could continue, and that would actually increase the expected amounts over the next 24 hours. Now let me run through the city-by-city breakdown, because I've got data on over 90 cities, and I know you want the specifics. New York, Philadelphia, 30/20 with 12 inches of wet, heavy snow expected. Localized power outages are definitely possible with this one. Boston, Washington, D.C., 28/18 with 7 to 13 inches. This could be a historic Valentine's Day snow for the capital. Travel will be a nightmare. Baltimore, Charlotte, 32/22 with 8 to 14 inches. Outdoor Valentine's events are definitely getting canceled across the board. Raleigh, 40/28 with 6 inches of snow mixed with some rain. It's going to be a cold surprise for folks in the South. And here, Richmond, 31/21 with 8 to 14 inches of heavy Virginia snow. Definitely stay off the roads if you possibly can. Greensboro, 38/26 with 10 to 16 inches. That's serious southern snow that the area just isn't used to handling. All right, shifting to the Midwest and Great Lakes, where the lake effect machine is about to crank up in a big way. Chicago, Detroit, 18/8 with 9 inches of lake effect snow and strong winds. This is classic Great Lakes winter at its finest. Milwaukee, Minneapolis, 12/2 with 12 inches of snow and 20 miles per hour winds. That's extreme cold territory, and it's no joke. Buffalo, 22/12 with 14 inches of lake effect. That could be record-breaking for mid-February in that area. Pittsburgh, 26/16 with 10 inches of Appalachian snow. The hills are going to be absolutely treacherous. Columbus. Now here's a reality check for you Midwest folks, and I really need you to understand what this kind of cold actually means. When I say record cold, I mean if you're stranded in your car without proper gear, you could be in serious trouble within just a few hours. Keep blankets, water, snacks, and a fully charged phone in your vehicle if you absolutely have to travel this weekend. All right, we're about halfway through now, and if you've made it this far, the best part of this forecast is still coming. I'm about to show you temperature numbers for next week that are going to make you question whether your calendar is actually broken. Now let me cover the South, where the story is heavy rain, thunderstorms, and actually some planning challenges for Valentine's Day dinners. Dallas, 60/40 with 3 inches of rain and flash flooding concerns. Avoid low-lying roads if you're heading out. Houston, Austin, 67/48 with 2 inches of rain and thunder. Your romantic outdoor plans might need an indoor backup. Oklahoma City, 55/35 with 2.5 inches of heavy rain and gusty winds. The I-35 corridor is going to be a mess. I know I'm rattling off a lot of cities here, but here's the thing. If you're anywhere in the deep south this weekend, rain is basically guaranteed. New Orleans, 70/55 with nearly 2 inches. Early Mardi Gras preparations might get rained out this weekend. Baton Rouge, 68/52 with 2 inches. LSU campus area and everything south needs to stay weather aware all weekend. Atlanta, 55/38 with 2 inches of heavy rain. Hartsfield-Jackson delays are very possible, so check your flights. Nashville, 45 over 30 with a mix of 4 inches of snow and some rain. An unexpected cold Valentine's for Tennessee. Memphis, 50 over 32 with mixed precipitation including 2 inches of snow. It's going to be a weird weather day in the Bluff City. Little Rock, 61 over 41 with over an inch of rain. Travel will be slower but manageable if you take it easy. Now for some actually good news. If you want to escape all this chaos, I've got your destination recommendations. Phoenix, 70 over 45 and sunny. Absolutely perfect for an outdoor Valentine's date under the desert sky. Las Vegas, 62 over 42 and bone dry. The casinos and shows are calling your name this weekend. Miami, 78 over 65 with just a brief passing shower. The beaches are waiting for you. Honolulu, 82 over 70 and sunny. If you really want to escape the mainland madness, that's the ultimate spot. Tampa and Orlando, mid-70s with light showers. Disney and Universal will be just fine with an umbrella handy. Now let me cover the West Coast, because another atmospheric river is about to slam into California just days after the last one. The peak intensity is going to be Sunday through Tuesday, especially Monday and Tuesday when the heaviest rain arrives. Anything above 6,000 feet could see 2 to 4 feet of snow. And once again, we're talking feet, not inches. In the valleys, we're going to see significant rain that sets the stage for some real flooding concerns. And here's what specifically concerns me. The burn scars in Southern California from the recent wildfire. Those are areas where the fire stripped away all the vegetation that normally holds the soil in place. When heavy rain hits those bare hillsides, there's nothing to hold the soil back. And that's when we get dangerous debris flows and mudslides. If you live near any recent fire areas in Southern California, please take this seriously on Monday when the heaviest rain arrives. Los Angeles, 62 over 48 with 1.5 inches of rain. Flood risk is definitely elevated near those fire areas. San Francisco, 58 over 48 with nearly 2 inches and foggy conditions. Romantic, but definitely wet this weekend. San Diego, 64 over 50 with an inch of rain. Beaches will be wet, but still mild compared to the rest of the country. Seattle, 52 over 40 with 2 inches of continuous rain. Bring your umbrella if you're going anywhere. Portland, 50 over 38 with over 2 inches. Typical Pacific Northwest February weather, honestly. Denver, 35 over 20 with 12 inches of mountain snow and avalanche risk. Respect the backcountry conditions. Colorado Springs, 32 over 18 with 15 inches of heavy mountain snow. Roads will be absolutely treacherous. Now here's the part I promised you at the beginning, and I need you to really pay attention to these numbers, because what I'm about to show you is going to make you question whether your calendar is broken and it's actually April. By Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we get this secondary resurgence of warm air that's going to affect a massive area. We're talking highs in the 50s and 60s from Texas up to South Dakota, across Iowa into Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia. And here are some specific numbers that will absolutely blow your mind. Wednesday, February 18th, Raleigh hits 65 degrees. Nashville reaches 70. Memphis hits 72. And Dallas, get ready for this, Dallas reaches 77 degrees in mid-February. Southern Texas could flirt with 80 to 90 degrees. We're talking summer temperatures in the middle of winter. The weeds are going to start growing back. Birds are going to get confused. It'll feel like early spring arrived 2 months ahead of schedule. But I do think another big cold blast is on the way. And I don't even think we're done with snow for this season, not by a long shot. You heard it here first. Go ahead and clip this, copy and paste it, frame it. Big snowstorms still yet to hit America this winter. And one of the reasons I'm so confident is that Arctic air I mentioned at the very beginning, the 70 below zero wind chills in Alaska. Whenever we've got that much cold air locked up in Canada, it's going to try to find its way down into the lower 48. What goes up must come down, especially this time of year. And February is absolutely famous for rug pulls. So enjoy the warmth when it comes, but remember that winter is very likely not done with us yet. Looking further out, the models are showing at least 3 to 4 more storm systems lined up through the end of February. By the 21st and 22nd, another system increases the probability of thunderstorms and severe weather from Texas to Mississippi. So we're looking at a very back and forth pattern. Warmth followed by cold, storm followed by storm. all the way through late February. The Northern Plains, Upper Midwest, Great Lakes, and Northeast could see multiple opportunities for snowfall ahead. It's been a few days since we've seen this kind of model agreement, so that's actually encouraging for forecast confidence going forward. Here's what I need you to do based on where you are right now, because different regions need completely different game plans. If you're in the severe weather zone from Texas to Alabama, be weather aware Friday through Sunday. Have multiple ways to receive warnings. If you're in the snow zone from the Mid-Atlantic to New England, charge your devices, have flashlights and batteries ready to go. Remember that generators go outside, 20 feet from windows, no exceptions whatsoever. Carbon monoxide is a silent killer. If you encounter flooded roadways, turn around, don't drown. 6 inches of moving water can knock you off your feet. I want to hear from you before I wrap up. Your ground level observations genuinely help verify everything I'm forecasting. If you're dealing with snow in the Northeast or flooding in the South, drop your reports in the comments as things unfold. And if you've got family or friends anywhere in the path of this two-sided storm, share this video with them right now. Here are my 3 predictions. Screenshot this right now because you can hold me accountable Monday morning. Prediction 2. The Mid-Atlantic snow totals end up higher than current forecasts. I think this trends snowier overnight tonight. If I'm wrong on any of these, I'll own it Monday. That accountability is exactly how you know you can trust what I'm telling you. We've got 70 below zero Arctic air waiting in Alaska, 20 inches of snow possible in Asheville, tornadoes targeting Valentine's Day. Remember the storm's 2 personalities I mentioned at the very beginning? Well, February itself has 2 personalities as well. Brutal cold followed by false spring, and this is just the first act, with 3 to 4 more systems lined up through the end of the month. Stay safe out there. Look out for your neighbors, especially the elderly, and don't let this two-sided storm catch you off guard. Enjoy your Valentine's Day, but stay weather aware. And whatever you do, don't ignore those phone alerts if they go off. I'll see you in the next update because trust me, folks, February is about to get a whole lot more interesting.